We're here to look at two very iconic warriors of history, or more accurately, the future.
Jedis versus Transformers. I think it's a great matchup.
Cars transforming into war machines against warriors who can defy the laws of physics.
Welcome to the Deadliest Physics. You guys are in for a treat.
Who is deadliest? To find out, our world-class fighters are testing history's most lethal weapons. Using 21st century science, we'll see what happens when the two warriors go toe-to-toe. No rules, no safety, no mercy. It's a duel to the death to decide who is the deadliest warrior.
Let's start with the Jedis. Jedi Masters passed down the secret knowledge of constructing an elegant weapon for a more civilized age to their young Padawan learners. We are not fortunate enough or have the midichlorian count to deserve this important honor. So let us try to figure out how this magnificent and terrifyingly dangerous weapon works on their own. Now, let's look at the physics of lightsabers.
The most obvious and easy explanation is that a lightsaber is exactly what the name implies, a laser sword. A laser of sufficient power would cut, or rather burn, through flesh as easily as a blade. But how is it that it is of a limited size, and how come the power does not run out? Well, this could be explained by a mirror at the end of a light blade. The mirror could be suspended in a space by electric or magnetic, or both, fields and slowly adjusted out from the hilt. This would make the whole blade a laser cavity and would allow for a reasonable consumption of power, as the laser light is not lost except when cutting.
Finally, the blades will leave a trail of burning plasma, and although really cool looking in a very trippy way, it will not match what we see on the screen.
In many present-day thermonuclear fusion experiments, large magnetic and electric fields are used to make magnetic bottles. Within these invisible vessels, hot plasma is contained and heated.
I can imagine that the hilt of Luke Skywalker's weapon is just that, a magnetic field generator that extends out of the hilt, creating a containment field where a very hot fusionable gas plasma can reside. When the saber is turned on, the field extends slowly as stored power is used to erect it.
The whole thing would be very efficient too, and once the field is erected, little power is needed to maintain it. Besides, a very small amount of gas could be allowed to undergo fusion, powering the device in accordance to E equals mc squared.
Different gas at different temperatures would account for the varying colors, just like stellar spectra. Luke's original blade, if you're wondering, was a nice 8,600 Kelvin, atomic hydrogen with just a pinch of gaseous iron, just right for a baby blue.
For a blue lightsaber, it would be hydrogen gas with a slight bit of iron to make the blue hue. That's around 8,600 Kelvin or 15,000 Fahrenheit. That's hotter than the surface of the sun. How would they be controlled? Using a magnetic field, the plasma would be heated and then expanded in the magnetic field. The field is extended slowly as the lightsaber is turned on. Then radio frequency exited gas can be introduced, and then the plasma would expand. This allows low energy costs to maintain the plasma. Now, let's look at the physics of the Force.
Jedis are somehow able to control the Higgs boson field, making them able to manipulate gravity in a way. The Higgs boson is a particle which is a boson, or a corresponding carrier particle to one of the four fundamental forces: electromagnetic, gravitational, strong, and weak force. Using this, the Jedi use the gravitational force, while the Sith control the electromagnetic, therefore the Force. Only problem will be the distance of use. For both forces, it will be around 30 to 50 meters. Additionally, Jedi do not have complete control over gravity, or else they wouldn't be able to make black holes or fry everything in a certain space. Wake up!
Now, Optimus Prime may thoroughly believe his credo of freedom is a right of all sentinel beings, but he tends to revoke that in the case of Decepticons. Thus, when entering combat, Prime will use his ion blaster, his barrage cannon, his energon hooks, and his dual energon swords to their fullest effect.
Possessing one on each arm, he charges the swords, also known as battle blades, through a quantum electric generator with a max field of 1,000 degrees Celsius and a burn rate of 5 kilojoules per second. This makes it a pretty handy weapon, especially if you have a preference for going after your enemy's face.
Now that you have seen both cases physically,
Let's see who wins the battle. And there it is, folks. The winner is Optimus Prime. Who would have thought?
thanks for watching, guys. Join us next time on Deadliest Physics when we see who hails victorious against John Plod and a dinosaur.